We're back. Doc is here. Natural is here. AG, he's doing a little management thing, but we got him tonight. Let's jump into it just like we normally do. Bruh, Kawhi.
Yeah, Kawhi.
This is a hating ass Lakers fan right here. We'll get into that. Let's break it down. First, we're gonna break down the situation. What does it mean to the Clippers?
Well, I think that it elevates them to a championship level, something I never thought would happen.
Never, right?
But
because you were saying all the, the bad karma from the other owner or whatever like that was gonna play into like.
But Kawhi's like a mercenary. He's going everywhere, and he's saving franchises. So this is what it is.
Oh, franchise number 2.
Yes, this will be the second franchise, and also bringing Paul George. This is the key. Having Paul George there is what led Kawhi there, because he wasn't going to go there, and Paul George was there. So they mortgaged their future to get Paul George and Kawhi.
Worse than the Lakers.
Listen. It's a championship move. They got Lou Williams. They got Montrezl Harrell. They got a couple other pieces going.
Landry Shamet, shooting a 3. So they got a couple pieces.
It elevates them, in my eyes, to as a top 3 team in the Western Conference. I think that if they stay healthy, and that may be a hard thing, but if they stay healthy, they definitely can compete for a championship. So I think that's what it elevates them to.
Okay. I seem to be thinking a little bit different than a lot of people on this. Don't like the move. I love the move. So all the speculation was one way, and nobody had it with the Clippers because nobody knew they were going to even get this Paul George trade done.
Right.
So like you said, that's the biggest factor. I see the Clippers as a really good team. Do I see them as a championship contender with just Kawhi Leonard and Paul George? Maybe.
What you mean?
Maybe.
They got Pat Beverly, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. They're gonna lock down your 1, 2, and 3. You better have.
I can see them losing in the second round next year.
To who?
Lakers.
Debatable.
Golden State Warriors.
Debatable. Go ahead.
Houston Rockets.
No, I can't see it. No. No.
Okay. And I'm gonna give you the other team. Utah Jazz.
No, I can't see it either.
Utah Jazz.
Listen, your 1, your 2 are locked up. Who's sticking Kawhi Leonard from Utah? Bogdanovic.
This is what I'm gonna say. I think teams that have good big men, I think can dominate them. They don't have really good big men. They got Ivica Zubac. That's their starting center.
He's young. He's coming up.
Okay, yeah. He's not no championship level player. This is not like Gasol going to Toronto last year. Nah, he's like he's still a young player. He's not established.
We gotta give him some time. We gotta see what it is.
Your best big man, Montrezl Harrell. Yeah, he comes off the bench, but he plays a role. You know what I'm saying?
He's getting started minutes, even though he's coming off the bench.
He is. He plays the pick and roll. He's diving to the basket. He can make a couple J's. You're not depending on Montrezl Harrell for big points and big rebounds and big minutes. He hasn't proven that. So he proven he could come off the bench. Lou Williams has proven everything to me. I don't doubt Lou Williams, but I don't doubt Patrick Beverly. But the team is small. I look at a team like the Lakers. Listen, they got AD, they got Bron, they got Boogie.
Right.
That team, that front line could potentially just dominate in a way that you say, okay, you need better big men for the Clippers. I don't want to get too much into the Lakers. We'll get into them. Right. But just for what I think of the Clippers, I think it was an outstanding move. Jerry West, you deserve kudos as one of the top executives, of all time. He went and got Shaq before, did the Kobe trade, a couple other things. This Kawhi Leonard thing had everybody in the dark and pulled through at the end, so kudos. But do they have, is this team far and away better than every team? No. They're in there. They're in the mix. They could do it. but there are no lock. There's no guarantees here. I can see them going out the second round.
Look, the West is wide open. This is true. You got Portland too over there. Let's show Portland some love because they got a couple of pieces there. If they put it together, they can make a run for a championship too. So you got a couple of teams in the mix, yes. But a lot of the teams you're talking about are guard dominant. And they're going to be able to lock down the guards. That's what it comes down to. So you would have to have big men that couldn't run the floor too, because that's what the game is right now.
Definitely.
So if you get Cousins in pick and roll situations, you get Anthony Davis, even though he's good defensively, great. Even you can put him in pick and roll situations. LeBron, you can run them up and down. Like at the end of the day, I don't know about what you're saying right now when you just say, okay, oh, you got a couple of big guys you dominate. No, you got to run too. All right.
Okay, listen, we're gonna leave it to y'all. Y'all, get in the comments. Let us know what you think of the Clippers. Do you think like he's thinking, yo, they a championship level team, and that's it? Or you thinking like me, natural? Like, you know what? They're pretty good, but you can see another team knocking them off next year because you know what? They might not have all the pieces there that they need. So get in the comments. Let us know what's up. Jungle, baby. Back on the jungle, let's get into the next topic here. The fallout from the teams that did not get Kawhi Leonard. What does that mean to them going forward? So let's start off with, who you want to start with? Toronto or your Lakers? Who you want to start off with?
Let's start with the Lakers.
All right, tell me how you feel about how he did your Lakers.
I don't mind it. He has the right to do whatever he wants to do.
Of course he does.
Right? So the Lakers, now their fallback plans, I don't know about that because the way that it's going to look, it doesn't look like they have much on. They got a couple of pieces, Caldwell Pope, Dudley, all right, they're okay, but I don't look at the overall roster as a shooting roster.
I don't either.
So then you're going to need to be in the trenches and bullying people that way, and to a certain degree, I don't really see that either. So what I can envision is Frank Vogel getting fired by midseason. That's what I envision, something like that.
And bringing in who?
Bringing in Jason Kidd. Just elevating him right there. I see Jason Kidd and LeBron James
hanging out
doing
at Summer League the other night.
I can see it happening because I can see the team not really gelling at first. You're going to need to space the floor, and right now I don't see much spacing. And LeBron James, I don't know how he's going to be on defense, which basically leaves AD basically to cover up everything. And I don't think he's going to be able to do that. With the pieces that we have, I don't see it meshing really. I saw a Kyrie mesh or a Klay Thompson mesh, even a Kawhi mesh from a defensive stance to have somebody there to go along with AD to help out. I don't really see it, so I can see a change happening mid-season. That's what I see.
Let me tell you what I saw. I saw the ultimate chess move by Kawhi. He's like, okay, I got a choice between a couple teams. I can play these teams against each other, right? I can say, hey, Lakers, hold out hope that I'll go to you. You know, don't sign no other free agents, right? No other prime free agents they would need, all going off the board. By the time they're going off the board, you know what? Now I made my decision, and I'm not coming there. I'm going to the Clippers in the same city, in the same building. Wait, you made AD give up his $4 million, right? To try to get you, to try to get everything up to the $32 million. So you made AD give up money. You didn't let the Lakers get the prime free agents they want, and you went to the rival team. Is that not playing chess?
It was a very cutthroat move. We got to salute.
Yo, that's the most savagest move of the year. Most savage move of the year.
I love it.
Easily.
I love it.
Easily. You wrecked LA's whole team building philosophy and then went to their rival team to beat them. Yo, I love it. I love it.
And
that's brilliant.
And whatever info he got about how the team is actually being run, what's actually going on, takes to the Clippers.
Oh my God, this was the ultimate move. So the ultimate salute to Kawhi for the ultimate savagery that he did. I love it. Total cutthroat. So that's what I see. I'm gonna tell you this though. I like the Lakers roster better than the Clippers roster.
Oh,
I do. I think for whatever it's worth, you guys are a little bit deeper. For whatever that's worth, you guys have a couple more pieces than they do. You have size. I feel that's going to be important come playoff time, especially Boogie getting healthy. Let's put this aspect. Boogie, a year and a half ago, was in the All-Star game, averaging 28, 13, I think, and 5.
yeah.
Now he's on a minimum contract with the Lakers. I think for the main part, Boogie just needs to get healthy, show what he can do, show why he was one of the most dominant players in the game. I think Lakers really got that off with that assignment.
Teams like Golden State and Portland are gonna run. All right. I mean, sometimes they'll slow it down in the half court, but really Golden State, they're going to be running. So that means your bigs better be able to run. I don't see that with the Lakers. That's my issue with the Lakers. Teams are going to try to run them out.
You do if you got LeBron at 4, you got Davis at 5, you got Kuzma at the other forward spot. And you just mixing the guards, Caldwell Pope. You got kind of a running team, so we'll see how that goes. Let's flip to the other side. Let's go to Toronto's side. What does that mean for Toronto? Now, this was alleged, I guess, in the trade mix that Toronto could have gotten Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Russell Westbrook. On basically the same team they have now, minus Pascal Siakam and maybe another player. They didn't do the deal. Did not do the deal. They figured having their picks, they said for the next decade, is worth something, and Pascal Siakam. You don't think? I think I would trade Pascal Siakam for a chance at that trio with not Paul Gasol, with Marc Gasol. Possibly Kyle Lowry still there. I don't know what else would have been in the deal, but you still got Van Fleet there. You still got pieces there with that trio. Don't you think they could have ran the East next year?
Nah, not if you think Pascal Siakam is that type of player. See, I think Toronto looks at Pascal Siakam and they say that's that dude. He's up next. All right, and I think that they maybe look at the contract of Westbrook, the contract of Paul George, and the contract of Kawhi. You saying, no, I don't want to pay all that money and sink all those dollars into a luxury tax. No,
but you'll be contenders.
You were contenders before. All right, you say, all right, Ujiri, find a way with the squad that we have. Find somebody else, but to put all that money on your books, that's too much. It's unnecessary.
Okay, so where does Toronto go from here?
Toronto rebuilds. So maybe they have that cap space. Even if they can't get somebody this year to fill in the spot, maybe next year they fill in the spot. And I don't think Toronto's going to be that bad next year. I think they're still going to be a playoff team and they'll be relatively competitive. So I think that alone is going to lead to, okay, maybe if we can compete, we can show people that we're still somebody. Maybe we can actually get somebody to come here next year. And it doesn't have to be all that hype. They just have to stay within a good grasp of a good team. All right? I think that's good.
Go back to, I guess, the team they were before. Like, we're making the playoff. We do pretty good, but we not be championship contenders. So maybe go back down to that level that they were before. They got Kawhi Leonard. They'll just do that. So they got the chip. Once you get the chip, not much else matters, at least the next couple years, because your players got the chip. That's the pinnacle. This is what you play. This is what you lift the weights. This is what you stay in the gym for to get that championship. So they have that. You're right. Just continue to rebuild off what you have and build around Siakam and whoever you can get for these aging veterans, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So we back on the next topic here in the jungle. Where does that leave the whole rest of the NBA's landscape? Let's go Eastern Conference first. What are your top 3 teams or top couple teams in the East you see?
I see Milwaukee,
and
Philly leading the way, the top 2 teams in the East.
Okay.
I see Indiana being a sleeper team. Now, Oladipo gets healthy and stays healthy. If Indiana can stay healthy, I think they could make a serious run for the finals. I think they were on their way there last year. And I think with the additions of Lamb, I think that will help them move up. So I think Brogdon, Lamb, but I think more so Lamb being at the 3, because I think he'll bring a defensive and offensive dimension that Bogdanovic didn't really bring when they needed it. Not to say that he couldn't score overall, but I think at certain clutch times that they needed him, I didn't see him step up the way that I would have liked. So I think that with those additions, I think Indiana's a true sleeper team. I think watch for Indiana, and I think Boston too with Kemba Walker is going to have better chemistry. I think he's going to play better with the young squad. And so look out for Boston too.
Look out for Boston, okay. I got my top 2 teams are the same, right? Milwaukee, they bringing back the same, just about the same team from the 60-win team from last year. So we're looking in to continue their success. Also, they got some picks. They may do something with those picks and look to make a trade or something like that mid-season. So I feel they're still in a good position right there with it. Philly, they've got, you talk about a big team, and I was saying even before, I like these big teams, right, that are still athletic because everyone else is going small. So if you got a team that is pretty big and overpowering, I think that might work well because it's not the norm, it's different. So people have the game plan for you. Having Embiid there, having Horford there, even having Simmons there. Simmons is basically a power forward. He's 6'10", 6'11", just because he handles the ball a little bit. You got like basically almost three big people, right, out there. So maybe a perimeter defense might not be all that, but inside nobody's going to be able to get anything on you. And even also your other perimeter defenders, who you got from Miami. Richardson, somebody that can lock you up and still make some shots. I don't expect him to be the greatest scorer now, I guess what Jimmy Butler was doing last year, but look for him to lock people up. I look for Philly to be one of the best defensive teams next year. They still got to get some depth. I'm gonna be a homer for my third. I think Brooklyn can do something. I think having DeAndre Jordan, I think that was a sneaky signing right there. Yeah, they got Durant. Yeah, they got Kyrie Irving. But we got somebody in the middle that can handle big centers, can handle a Joel Embiid in the playoffs, who just absolutely destroyed the Nets last year in the playoffs. Whether they can have the offense to fill in beyond that with Kyrie has yet to be seen. But I like their chances just as good as anybody else in the East next year too. So that's my kind of top 3. Let's flip it to the Western Conference now. Who are your top teams? I think I know what one of your teams are, but what are your top teams that you're seeing in the West? Yeah.
So I got the Clippers as number 1 until proven otherwise, because I see that they got the Finals MVP and they got Paul George. So I really think the Clippers have elevated themselves into that position. I also think Golden State is being slept on. When Klay Thompson comes back, I don't know if D'Angelo Russell's even going to be on the team or not, because at a certain point they might say we can trade him and use him for whatever we see we're lacking. But even if they keep him, they're going to have enough firepower to run people out the gym. All right, you still got Steph Curry, you got Klay Thompson back, and you're still going to have Draymond Green. I'm not going to bet against them, so I still got them as a top 3 team. And I think that you can go between the Lakers and Portland as a 3 and 4 right there. I think that Portland is being slept on too. They're greatly improved with a couple of small key additions. And I think the Whiteside, I think him coming off the bench or whether he starts, I don't know how they're going to do it. But if he's motivated and you got 2 guys who are going to dominate the paint like that.
They kept Rodney Hood, which was big. He can create his own shot and everything. So yeah, I really like that team coming back too.
So I think that Portland is being slept on too. So those are my top teams for the West. Who do you think?
Cool. My top team, of course, I got the 2 LA teams in there, Lakers and Clippers. I told you I like the Lakers roster right now better than the Clippers, but I think both of them have set themselves up for good deep playoff runs. They both have prime stars. I think there's really nothing left to be said about that. They need to fill in a little bit more. I think depth might be an issue for those teams, but other than that, I see them as some of the top teams, and I love Utah. I'm on that Utah train real heavy. Utah, people are sleeping on Utah. When Utah has one of the best records in the league, you're going to be able to rewind this and see. When they have one of the best records in the league, you're going to be able to tell.
Who's their number one scorer?
Who's their number one scorer?
Yeah.
Oh boy, shooting guard. What's his name?
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. He needs to take about two steps up, level up, to get to that point where Utah is what you're talking about. He has to take that next step. All right, he's right now on the cusp of stardom, but he has to be a superstar, because what's going to happen is teams are going to double team him, and that's it. It's going to be like, all right, who Conley is not dropping 30 on me or 40 on me.
All right, so get out my top three. So my top three, right? Utah. Ooh. He don't know what he's talking about. Conley is going to be one of the best playoff performances they have. They got the defensive player of the year.
So
listen, I think they're prime. I think they're deep. I think they're ready. So we're gonna see. And I listen.
Somebody got to score the ball. All right. And
Conley and Mitchell.
And Mitchell right now, though he's on the cusp, he has to show that he's a 26, 27 per game type of player. He's not there yet.
And they got Bogdanovich, right?
So what? I told you how I felt about him.
And you know what? He's going to change your mind.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to change your mind next year. Guys, get in the comments. Let us know who you think the top three in the West should be and your top three in the East. Let us know. Let me know that you agree with me and you disagree with him. All right, just put it in the comments and just let us know for the feedback. All right, Jungle baby. A 3, a 2, a 1. Yes! And we're here. We've made it here. Yours and mine's favorite loser of the week. You know the rules for loser of the week. Gotta get that ass beat to be on loser of the week, to be considered. I'll go first.
Go ahead. Be my guest.
Just going back to that brilliant chess player, Kawhi. This loser of the week is the LA Lakers. Kawhi got the Lakers to say, okay, I might come to y'all. You're not going to get any of your top free agents. Not any of your top 20 free agents to help your team. Okay, no, not going to do that. You're going to make them have less money to have the free agents. You're going to make Anthony Davis give up his money for nothing. Well, he gave it up to sign other people, but he gave it up initially thinking they was getting Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
So you sabotage the other team, then go to their rival. The Lakers were in kind of, at the end of it, it was like lose-lose. Because then what had to happen by today is that the Lakers had the Anthony Davis trade had to go through. So then they had to sign Kawhi before then. And Kawhi wasn't even caring. So that's what had me thinking even yesterday. Like, damn, Kawhi doesn't even care nothing about this timing. He should have, if I was going to the Lakers, I would have been told him, hey, listen, let's maximize our potential for this team. And him not doing that had me thinking Toronto. I wasn't thinking Clippers, but I was thinking Toronto. But just for how the Lakers got played savagely, gotta give y'all loser of the week this week. Ooh, Kawhi did y'all.
That's pretty harsh, loser of the week.
Loser of the week.
I don't know.
People rebound from loser of the week. But this week, y'all the losers of the week. Oh yeah. You earned it.
I won't go.
Yeah, stop hating on my loser of the week and just give yours.
Let it be. You know what? I want to dedicate this loser of the week to OKC owner. Okay? You deserve loser of the week. You know why you deserve loser of the week? You had KD, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, all on the same team. All right? You didn't want to spend $5 million extra on James Harden to keep him in OKC? all right, to keep your dynasty that you were going to have moving forward.
Not $5 million a year, $5 million for the whole contract.
$5 million for the whole contract. If I can recall, it was $55 million.
Yeah.
All right, you didn't want to keep James Harden. Now look what has happened as we fast forward into the future. You lost KD. You lost James Harden, and it looks like you're about to lose Russell Westbrook. You're gonna lose. Like this is This is why you draft. All the draft picks that you picked up are irrelevant to me because if anybody turns into anything, they're gonna leave too. All right, that's what has happened to OKC. I believe this is a lesson learned from all you other owners to stop being so cheap. All right, when you got superstar talent like that, you're gonna sit up there and worry about a luxury tax when you got what 3 MVPs, right? As we fast forward into the future, 3 MVPs that are all gonna leave your team because of one move you made. You didn't want to sign James Harden over $5 million because of the luxury tax. You deserve loser of the week, and you deserve loser of the past couple of years to see everybody else doing good except your team. You lost Paul George, about to lose Russell Westbrook. Outrageous.
Shit, talk about dwelling on the past. Damn. I guess it all snowballed to what this came to, right? And then just losing all that. I'll tell you what. On a silver lining for that, they have the Clippers haul for the next decade.
What does it matter? Look what's happened. You've had KD, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Who are they going to draft
better than that?
Better than that. So if you even get to that level again, they all going to leave again.
All right, I guess you made your point. Enough said. So those are your losers of the week. Everybody, let us know who your losers of the week are. Get in the comments. Let us know that. Guys, thank you for coming here in the jungle. Like, subscribe, and we are out.